Hello, I'm Kevin Jones, Bosch Wheel Service Technical Trainer. Let me introduce you to the Bosch WBE4430 Wheel Balancer. This is an excellent balancer for a high volume shop. We've got a max shaft weight of 176 pounds, max tire diameter of 47 inches. So we can handle a wide range of vehicle tires that you'll see. Every one of these balancers needs to be set up out of the box. So let's go through the factory setup that you need to do before you put this balancer in service in your shop. We're going to go right, hit OK. Now we're in the setup menu. Let's go all the way over to the right and change it from grams to ounces. After we make this change, let's go all the way to the right and change our tolerance. This is the value that below this value it will call 0. Anything above this value it will either call a quarter or higher imbalance. Now let's check some of the other settings that we'll need. I'll start from the left and work my way right. This turns the brake on or off. This balancer has an electromagnetic brake that you can engage manually at any time that you choose, or it also brakes the wheel as the weight comes up into position. This turns the automatic gauges on or off. This allows you to apply the weight and the measurement via time or manually. We select time for quickness. This is the position of our stick-on weights when we're balancing aluminum wheels or a wheel requiring stick-on weights. We have 4 different options. The top option means we're going to use the gauge to apply the weight. And we have 3 other options for the laser, either 12, 3, or 6 o'clock. Currently, most people choose the 6 o'clock position. That's the quickest and easiest for people to use using the laser, so that's where we're set up right now and how we'll demonstrate the machine. Then the last one is our feature of enabling the operator to choose the weight position selection via the distance gauge. So as you measure the position, the balancer will automatically know where you want to place the weights. This is an option that's much quicker instead of having to go to a menu and make those selections via a menu. The last setup menu is here. I'll start from the left again. We have a screensaver mode. You can turn it off or on. The beeper, you can turn that off or on. Languages, you can see we have many different languages to offer. The language that covers English is the British Union Jack flag. Then this is starting by closing the hood option. Set as it is now, when you close the hood, it will automatically spin. If you select the option above, when you close the hood, you'll have to engage the start button for the balancer to spin. F keys. These 4 F options are quick keys or shortcut keys like on a computer keyboard. We can choose different options based on the operator's preference. Selected from any of these options on the screen. If an operator feels that the options that are up there he does not use as often as another option that he's going to the menu for, he can come in, make that selection, and hopefully speed up the process as he balances the tire. That completes the setup. We have a separate calibration video on calibration of this balancer available as well, so I'm not going to cover calibration at this time. We'll move on to operation. We're going to first do a clip or standard dynamic balance with hammer-on weights. We'll do a clip stick-on, and then we'll do a stick-on balance, and then I'll also demonstrate the hidden spoke mode. All right, now let's prepare the wheel and mount it to the balancer. we always cone from the back side. So select the proper cone, make sure it fits in the wheel. Then we'll place the cone on the shaft, then the wheel, then the wing nut. Once the wheel's on the shaft, we'll enter our dimensions. Again, with this machine, we do not have to go to the menu and make any selections. It will always default to clip when you turn it on, and when you just go from flat to flat and make one measurement and back to rest, it'll always default to clip also. So we're going to measure. We always measure flat to flat, pull our gauge out, touch it flat to flat, we get our beep. Now we're going to pull our arm in, touch it flat to flat on this side, beep. So now we have all three measurements, lower the hood and spin. You notice this balancer has a very fast cycle time. That's 6 seconds. So that is very good for a shop that's busy. Also, we have a brake that automatically engages. When you roll the wheel into the weight position, you have a brake that locks and engages. Our laser is set up, we're in clip mode, so on the inside we get a laser line on the wheel that we can see. It's asking for a 1/2 ounce, so I'll take a 1/2 ounce, line it up in the center of my laser mark, and apply it. Now for my other weight position. It's showing 0, but here is our precision or our fine balance. So I'm going to go arrow right. So we have a 1/4 ounce. So I'm going to roll it till my mark is green. I have the brake that engages. Now I can apply this at 12 o'clock. Now I can lower the hood and spin. Zeros across the board. Let's go to our fine balance. A 1/10 ounce in residual. Very good. So that's clip. Now let me remove my weights and we'll do a clip stick on. So to transition from clip to clip stick on, we'll pull it out and take our new measurements. So I'll pull my gauge out, I'll go flat to flat. When it beeps, now I'm going to go all the way inside to my inside weight position. When I beep there, back to rest, and now I've transitioned from clip to clip stick on. Simply lower the hood. Now I have a 1/2 ounce here, and again I have my laser. So center my weight on my laser. And now I'm going to a stick on. So I have a laser at 12 for a hammer on weight. Now as I roll the wheel down, again the lock locks it, and now I apply a 1/2 ounce weight at 6 o'clock. Which is very simple. Just center the weight on the laser. Now close the hood and spin. Zeros. So there's also clip stick on. Now let me pull these off and we'll do a stick on balance. So again, to transition from clip on to stick on, I'm going to hit my F1. Now pull my gauge out, go flat to flat, Now I'm going to go inside to my first position, and then all the way inside, and now back. So now I'm in stick-on mode. Close the hood, let it spin. So I have a 1/2 ounce. I'm going to apply my weight. And now I'm going to apply the 3/4 ounce on the inside. Again, remember when I roll it around, I've got a lock that'll lock it and catch it in spot. So now my laser is no longer at 12, it's at 6 o'clock. Now we'll close the hood and spin. 0, 0. All right, so now let's go through the hidden weight program, because as you can see, the weight on this wheel is between the spokes. So we want to take that weight and hide it behind the spoke. So the easiest way to do that, I have an F key set up for the split spoke program. So F4 jumps me straight there. Any wheel with 3 to 12 spokes is a candidate. This wheel has 5. Now we'll put any one spoke up at 12 o'clock. Hit OK. And now it splits the weight between the spokes. So let's give it a spin and apply that weight and see what it does. So there's our imbalance between the spoke. F4, spoke at 12, click OK, and so now it's split the weights. And each weight we're going to apply behind a spoke. Those of you that are used to balancing and using stick-on weights, you know that every wheel is not as clean as this wheel when you pull it off of a car. So therefore you need to clean the wheel before you apply the weight. Most balancers, when you're cleaning the wheel is moving around. I mentioned the electromagnetic brake. You can press the F2. Now our wheel is locked, so you can scrub it, rub it as hard as you want. The wheel isn't moving on you. And when you get through and you want to see inside, you can turn the light on, light up the inside so that you can see if the inside is clean enough. So let's go ahead and apply the other weight also. Give our wheel a spin and see what happens. 0s. Perfect. That concludes the operation on the Bosch WBE4430 balancer. One last thing to note, this balancer has one of the smallest footprints of its kind. For this balancer to do what it does in a shop, it has a very small footprint, and everyone's shop, the floor space is very limited now. So that is a huge benefit of this balancer. Thank you for your interest in our products, and thank you for your time.